Hello, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you being here. Today, I'm going to be taking you through an entire week of sales from August 5th through the 11th, and I'm going to give you all the details about where everything sold, how much it sold for, how much I paid for it, what my profit was, and maybe a little bit of story behind some of them. So if that's what you're into, keep watching. I'm going to start with, I'm going to be looking at this screen over here. I've had more technical difficulties we don't need to talk about. Who needs to hear all of that? But I'm going to go through, I'll be looking over there, occasionally looking over at you as well, because hello, I'm glad you're here, if I haven't said that. And we can get started. So the very first sale that I had on August 5th was on Poshmark. I am going to be putting the, let's see if I have to move. I might need to move over just a little bit. You can see my clothing back there. I'm going to be putting right up here on the screen a picture of the item, which it's probably already there since that's what I'm doing. I sold this on Poshmark, and it's a vintage linen cotton city lights oversized button-up blouse, medium lightweight top, 90s. I'm going to be reading the entire title in case you're curious, like what kind of keywords I used. If you're just getting started, this may help you. The price that it sold for was $28. The marketplace fees were $5.60, and the cost of goods was $4.99, which put my profit at $17.41, and it took about 3 months to sell. I'm going to give you an estimate on the price on the time it sold, because there's some that took, it's just going to be a very close estimate within a few days or so. And you'll notice that I don't have anything that sold like 6 months, a year, or any of that, because I've just started doing this in February. So this is all new for me. All of this is new, and all the eBay is new. So that's why I'm having a little bit of a struggle. I'm doing it though. I'm doing it. Okay, so the next sale on 8/25 was on eBay, and it was this Giorgio Fiorellini, is I think how you say this, cream long sleeve blouse, plus size 24-28. And I put on their corp core to try to sell it to people that might need it for work. It sold for $13.18, and the marketplace fees were $2.94. The cost of goods was $4.99, so that made my profit only $5.25. It took 3 months to sell. Hopefully the math is correct. Honestly, the math is not mine, I have to confess. If you think I'm a math whiz by looking at all this, I'm not. I'm not good at math at all. In fact, I'm terrible at math. But I have my friend Nell, aka ChatGPT, helping me, and she helps me get all of these things done, the math, and I appreciate her so much for that. Next, we have on August 6th, we have on eBay, I sold this Smith & Quinn puff sleeve mini dress, small, blue, white, floral, soft fit, and flare. And it sold for $33, and my marketplace fees were $5.42. The cost of goods was $5.19. The profit was $22.39, and it took 2 months to sell. Now, just so you know, most of these items are either from my Goodwill near me or donated to me from my bestie or my kids. I don't have a lot of time or opportunity to go to bins. Our bins we have a local bins that's not very doable in the summer because there's no air conditioning in there, and it's in a warehouse, and I just can't. That's a no for me. And so I went to, you can go about an hour away to the bins, and honestly, because I work a full-time job, I just don't have time to drive an hour to go to the other bins. So most of my stuff's from Goodwill, which is why the cost of goods is a little bit higher than other people that you might see. But that's what I have to work with at this time. But so the Smith & Quinn, oh my goodness, this thing was so beautiful. The fabric was just gorgeous. I don't, it might have been one of the most nicest material and fabric, like quality of an item that I've had. I had it for $60, I think, because that's what they were selling for. The comps were for this. But then I had a sale, and then someone made me an offer, and I was like, sure. I'm trying to get up to 100 sales on eBay, to kind of keep it going. So I've have taken some lower offers for that reason. But this took 2 months to sell. Loved it anyway. The next one that sold on August 6th was this lot of 2 Old Navy soft washed small nautical tops, sharks, anchors, buoy print. I wanted to make sure I got all the nautical terms in there. It sold for $20. The marketplace fees were $4.57. The cost of goods was $4, and my profit was $11.43. It took about 2 months for these to sell. I think they were $2 each at a thrift shop. This was not a Goodwill. This was a thrift shop that's kind of closer, a little bit farther away. But I went there one day and I found some cool stuff. So the next one sold on eBay, and it is these Franco Sarto Olympia booties, 8.5 brocade boho floral tapestry block heel. These sold for $30. The marketplace fees were $7.19. My cost of goods was Zippo because my daughter gave them to me. Thank you. And the profit was $22.81. They were listed about a month before they sold. She did try to sell these on Marketplace a while ago, and they didn't sell, which is not the easiest place to sell clothing or shoes. So anyway, I was excited about that sale. That was great. On August 7th, we have a sale on eBay. This is an Audi floral pop-over blouse, new with tag, size large, colorful and artsy vibes. The sale price was $7. I think I had this originally at like $29 or $30, and I just kept bringing it down. And then I had a sale and a coupon, and who knows whatever happened. But the marketplace fees were $2.09. My cost of goods was only 50 cents for this one, and my profit was $4.41. So the reason it was only 50 cents for the cost of goods is because once or twice a year we have a thrift shop here called Trosa, and they have a bag sale. So they give you the bag. It's not as big as like a garbage bag, but and it's not as small as a grocery, like the little Winn-Dixie or Publix or Food Lion grocery bags, wherever you are in the world. I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about, but just the grocery bags that we use. It's bigger than that. So it's a really good deal because you can stuff it full as you can get it for $5. And my son told me about it, so I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So that's where I got this. And I saw the new with tags. I thought it would sell for more, but that's fine. Also on August 7th, I sold on eBay this Orvis Pro Snap shirt, men's extra large, plaid nylon blend, outdoor hiking, fishing, gorp core. Gorp core is the term that I use for anything that has to do with outdoor, like Patagonia, North Face, Ella Bean, those kind of things. It sold for $22. The marketplace fees were $4.21. The cost of goods was $4.19, which made my profit $13.60, and it only took 11 days to sell. I think I said in my last video that these men's shirts, these like hiking, fishing kind of like shirts that are very lightweight, this might be like my 10th one that I've sold. It's just they sell so well. And then my only Depop sale this week was a Torrid corduroy jumper dress, size 4, which is 4X, red, pocket, overall, pinafore, cottage core. I sold it for $25. The marketplace fees were $3.19. My cost of goods was Zippo, because my bestie gave it to me. And the profit was $21.81. It took 3 weeks to sell. I've had this for a lot longer than that. I've had this for about 5 months. And I didn't think it would sell for some reason, maybe because it's corduroy and it was summer, but I was like, let's put it up. It's starting to get closer to fall, and it sold in 3 weeks. So it probably would have taken longer if I had put it in the middle of summer, I'm going to imagine. That's what I tell myself anyway. So on August 8th, I had a Poshmark sale. This is an Eddie Bauer gray teal lined snow pants, hiking pants, size 12T. The sale price was $24. Marketplace fees were $4.80. Cost of goods was $0, and my profit was $19.20. The cost of goods was $0 because these were mine. These were my favorite hiking pants. I loved these things. I wore them not last winter, but the winter before. I wore them constantly, even if I wasn't hiking or if I just was going for a walk around the block. I'd put these on. They were lined, and they had the like softest lining. I loved them so much. However, starting last October, I lost a bunch of weight and they didn't stay on me anymore. So hopefully whoever got them is enjoying them as much as I did, or maybe when it starts getting cold, they'll enjoy them more. I loved those things. They took 5 months to sell, and I'm going to guess because of the season I put them in, right at the beginning of summer. All right, and the next one that sold on August 8th was this on Poshmark vest, size large, striped button front, sleeveless, knit, soft beige, black, gold, academia. I don't think it had a brand on it. If it did, I just didn't think it was important to list. It sold for $18. The marketplace fees were $3.60. Cost of goods, $0, thanks to my lovely daughter. And my profit was $14. It took 5 weeks for this one to sell. I thought this would sell well because it kind of is I think that's kind of a style. It's sort of got that Y2K sweater vest, grandpa core kind of look to it. I probably put that in the description, but not in the title. No, I didn't put it in the title. But it also kind of goes along with the dark academia, light academia kind of look. So that's what I did. August 9th on eBay, I sold these Ortha Heel Vionic Arley Black Mary Jane clogs, 7 arch support comfort shoes luxury. The sale price was $40.25. The marketplace fees were $5.80. Cost of goods $3.99. Profit $30.46. These took about 5 weeks. I thought they were going to sell faster than that because these were the most glorious, glorious shoes you have ever put your feet in. And I hope a teacher or a nurse got them because they will need these shoes. They were so lovely. They were my size and I almost kept them, but I have that reseller like, no, I can sell them and make some profit, which obviously I did. So that was a great sale. Only took 5 weeks. Love it. Our Goodwill charges $3.99. Some of the Goodwills are a little more expensive. Ours is $3.99 for shoes, which I find great, especially in their great shape. These were perfect, in beautiful shape. Next sale on 8/9 was on Poshmark, and it was this Lyle and Scott 100% cashmere cardigan, small rose, Scotland vintage quiet luxury. I guess I put vintage on there twice, BTG. It sold for $45. And I'll tell you a story about this in just a second. The marketplace fees were $9. The cost of goods was $4.19, and the profit was $31.81. This took about 5 weeks to sell. And so I got this. It was the first item in cashmere that I ever found. And I had seen everyone say, oh, it's cashmere, linen, wool. So I was like, oh, it's cashmere. Oh my God. So I picked it up and I was so excited. I'm so excited. And I brought it home and it had a button missing and a very bad stain. And so I just left it in my closet for a while. I was like, well, that's not going to sell. I'm just going to leave it in here. And then a little while later, I asked Nell, my chat GPT, do you think this is worth even putting on here and selling? And she gave me a definite thumbs up. Yes, go for it. It's a great sweater. It was made in Scotland. It's cashmere. Do it. So I went ahead and got some cashmere cleaner, and I just took the spot where the stains were, and I just very gently blotted it very carefully, and the stain came out. The button was still missing. I tried to find the button, I went on Etsy and different places to try to find a match to the button. I couldn't find it. So I thought, well, I'll just put it up there and see what happens. I got some lowball offers that I just countered closer to this price and they ghosted me, which, that's fine. And then someone came in one day and just, boom, bought it full price. So I was like, yes, this was a very exciting sale for me. So I think I said it took about 5 weeks to sell. So last on August 10th on eBay, I sold this, I'm going to say it's called a soy blue, SOIEBLU, emerald green star maxi dress, medium, cinematic, tulle, Tulle, someone tell me if I'm saying that right, tulle gown, fairy core magical. And it sold again. This was a great sales week for me. I think this is the best week I've had so far. This was $45 that it sold for. Again, a few lowball offers, especially on Depop. I just sort of countered back closer to this amount. And then one day it just came in. I think I had a sale, like a 20% off sale, because I think it was originally like 50. 2 or something. I don't know. Don't ask me to do the math on that. The marketplace fees were $6.92. The cost of goods was $7.19, and I also had to add $2 of shipping because I didn't estimate the shipping very well, so I didn't want to send it and have it come back. So my profit was $30.89, and it took about 5 weeks. I thought it was going to sell faster than that, but I was thrilled when this thing sold. So I had no sales on the 11th, and so that's my total sales. So here's the breakdown. Total amount of sales was 13. My gross sales amount was $350.43. My total marketplace fees was $65.33. My total cost of goods was $39.23, which made my profit $245.47. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, so making a profit like that in a week, I think that's one of my best. It's either one of my best or my best weeks so far. So, some people that might be doing this for a while might not think that's a great sales week, but for me, it's been great. So, I hope that you'll consider subscribing. I would love to have you follow me along. I plan to do a what sold every week, and occasionally I'm going to do other kinds of things. If you have some ideas on what kind of videos you'd like to see, feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to consider doing that. And I hope that you have a great week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.